have a bounty of hands. Thank you so much. So to the Association of Rural Women of Germany, but also to the German government for bankrolling, because we wouldn't be here if the German government didn't facilitate this. You see, another key lesson for us in Kenya and in Uganda or in East Africa, we need to further advocate from our governments such that such occasions are bankrolled by the governments. Because it's very, very important to acknowledge this. These days are usually not so much celebrated like the national days, like independence last week, everybody knew about it. We still need to highlight the International Day of Rural Women. So it's very important. And wherever you are, try to advocate for it, you as a rural woman. And to see that even in the local spaces, we can celebrate it. It can be an important day for everybody, but also for our governments. So one of the key assignments for us is to see that this day also becomes not an international day, in quotes, but a national day. Okay? It could be a national day. And the task is not for only me, but it's for you. The biggest task is for you to make it a national day. Because as you make it, I see the Women's Day is national and international. The Rural Women's Day is not yet. We need to enforce that. Lastly, I don't want to speak a lot. I know you are enjoying, not so? Yes, you are all looking at me and you are listening. Yes. Hey, Chogere. What next? About what? The International Day. So, lastly, yes, because it's your day, before we have a panel of women to talk about the key theme, rural women sustaining nature for our collective action, we are going to have two women, rural women, highlight to us what this day means to them. One of them is from the fisher folk. A fisherwoman, because we are used to fishermen. Yes, so she's going to tell us what it means. And then we also have our neighbors from Kenya, the president of the Women Association of Kenya, also talk to us what it means for them, but what it means for us entirely. I want to thank you so much. Please enjoy the day and celebrate that rural woman that you left at in your community, you left at your home, but also think about that woman who is still suffering, who cannot stand easily and speak, like Diana was talking about. So many of them are still not able to do that. But if we have this collective action for a collective future, then we will see more of them standing. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Dance, another effort for dance. So the ladies, Martha, is Martha in the house? Oh yeah, please, we'll wait for her. She's doing extraordinary things. Okay?
Thank you so much, moderator. Allow me roll on that protocol. I know I'm dealing with very big people. Accept that protocol as it stands. Dear rural women, gentlemen, and those ladies. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome to this day. My name is Nangobi Martha, a rural woman, a fisher woman, proud to be among the fishing communities. I I want to start like this. How many of us know our anthem, the women's anthem? Mothers, daughters, all women everywhere, stand up and embrace your role today. We are the proud mothers. No, let us just recite it. We are not going to sing it. Because I'm very good at music, you may really say, "I know we can't compete with her." Let us just recite it. Mothers, daughters, all women everywhere, stand up and embrace your role today. We are the proud mothers of this nation, the backbone without which it cannot stand. We wake up at the crack of dawn and feed the nation with what? With love. We embrace our baby, Uganda. Now, I'm not going to roll so much on that, but there is something that is so key as women. Just given our anthem, our women anthem, it just tells us that we have a big role. And without us, nothing can stand. And most important, you, the rural woman. It starts with you. Talk about the food. Where does it come from? Mess up with that area, you'll mess up the whole place. Mess up with the children. I was so impressed when I saw some of us with the babies. I was telling my friends, it is me who has not given birth this year. I need to produce. That is part of us. We need it. And we didn't leave our children behind. We came with our children. How many men have carried their children, Mr. Kabito? Where is that baby? Because you're okay. We cannot. And if there wasn't anyone at home to help, Dennis would not come with the baby. But the woman will ensure that she carries that baby. We have many roles. So when it comes to celebrating us, in fact, my daughter was teasing my husband. I had to put the sticker on his car behind "I love rural women." So whenever they say, "You love rural women?" I had to educate him. Say, people are telling me that I love rural women. I said, yeah, the rural women have made you what you are, right from your mother. That mother of yours who carried you. Look back in the village. We are not saying that we are abusing you, but look at your mother. Where did she carry you from? It is because of that you are what we are. So women, we are very important. Sometimes when you find me in the fishing communities, you'll not know that it is me. I will look like my place. I'll be there. We thank UNFE and the DLV, the German, who have brought out to these hotels. Many times we are there, very busy in our gardens, in our fishing communities, in our homes, doing many things, and you don't want to distance yourself from that work. If I don't go to the garden today, what will happen? The weeds are all over, I cannot do this, but we need to get time to come as rural women because we are very special. We need to get out from that. We are the people who are making these people shine in towns because of the food that we are. So, but we are so attached to our gardens because we know what it means. We are so attached to our work. We are so attached to our children. We also need time to come and celebrate. It is very important. I want to thank whoever thought about this, that rural women must be celebrated. That is a great secret that was revealed to them. If you celebrate us and President, as you have talked, Executive Director, as you have talked about it, actually as you are talking about that, I realized that it all starts with us. In those communities where we are, celebrating Rural Women Day might be impactful than the Women's Day. That one is on a bigger. But if in our communities we celebrate the Rural Women's Day, we can start it. By the way, many of you have become leaders as a result of going to German. How many of us became leaders and improved in status in many things? Just by show of hands, how many of us? To mention but a few. From there, I was elected to be the chairperson of women organizations in Mukono. And as I speak now, I'm the president of Mukono Development Forum. I was amusing my friends that I sit on a panel with the RDC, the COW, the MPs, to discuss about developments in Mukono. I'm a fisherwoman from Katosi. I smoke fish, I sell fish, I love fish. Mukene. Talk about that. And many people were telling me, so you are working in fish. Don't you smell fish? I said, I don't know. It is you too. So many people have identified us with what we are. Hey, you know Molimi, or you are Riwati. So they always attach us. But let us come up. Let us come up. Let us feel ourselves. Because I am, you are. If I don't do that, you will not get the food. Just go on strike like the teachers are on strike and fail to go to your gardens. But as a mother, we are passionate. You cannot just see people going hungry. You can't. For us, we cannot go on strike. We cannot. It is natural with us women. So we have to do that because we contribute a lot to the food security. You are very important there. I didn't know how important I am until when this was said that we are taking rural women in German. So somebody was asking, so why did you go to German? Because I'm a rural woman. How? Rural woman going to German? You mean say, because they always expect that these are opportunities for those other people with a lot of money, with this, with those statements. We thank God that our statements were made for us. And we also thank the team that thought about us. By the way, for us, we were selected and we were rural women. Don't see us. Many of us are glowing here. But when you look back at those photos, when we are just going there, there's a big difference. A very big difference. We were rural women. But there's a great change. But this is my appeal to you ladies. I know the project is ending. But as I said, it is starting. I know we want to pray that people continue holding our hands. We shall be stories that you'll ride on and say, are you saying, Martha? It is because of us. That one will make you proud. Don't leave us here. Don't leave us there. Continue moving with us. If there's any opportunity, bring it to us. We are sustaining many things. I don't know whether I will have time to talk about my project. I saw this. By the way, those are the women in my group. When we were having our transfer idea, I didn't know that they were the ones. And I said, but these look like my... And they are the ones. That is what we are making. These people taught us even advocacy, the rural woman. You don't need to go and write a lot of concepts and those big... Speak. They will listen to you in your place there. We talked about that. We are talking about our transfer idea, telling the people. And as I speak now, we have equipments. The district gave us equipments. And we have moved from that. We are making briquettes because we smoke fish. Are you coming to stop me? Okay. you. Let me just sum up. I'll come. By the way, I get excited when I'm talking to rural women. So rural women, as we go back, we need, they have talked about the collective future. What are we going to do as women in our own capacities? You might be looking at something so small. You know, when I was having that transfer idea, we smoke fish, and you know what it means by smoking fish? You have to cut trees, go and smoke the fish. I said, now, how are we going to sustain this? What are we going to do for the future if we are cutting all the trees? We had to think about that, and the briquettes smoke very good fish. For us, we are solving that problem. It was a transfer idea that I thought about, that I painfully did. You know, when DLV tells you to do accountability and most of those things, you feel it. But I did it, and at the end of the day, the district is so proud of us, and yet we began from there. Otherwise, rural women? Rural women? Okay, thank you so much. I got an opportunity to go to Embu County in Nairobi. So I got friends there, courtesy of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Martha. Another applaud for Martha. True rural woman. So I want to welcome Winnie from Kenya. Kenya is very, I don't know, should I say like miles ahead of Uganda when it comes to, we really need to learn from you, Winnie. Please, give her all the ears.
Thank you, Madam MC. I want to ride on the protocols already observed in the room with all humility. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Afama, you've heard my name, Winnie Moreithi from Kenya. I represent the women farmers from Kenya and most of the rural women because we know our part in the country, in Kenya. But today I want to start here in a different hat. I want to talk about a declaration that was made between the Kenyans and among Kenyans, Ugandans, and Zambians. It is called Embu Declaration. Embu Declaration is celebrating today together in the International Day of Rural Women with that theme of rural women sustaining nature for our collective future. And I want to do an illustration. I've been given only 5 minutes. Kindly come here, and I also need you here. Maybe 4 people. Another one, you can also come. And hold hands, join hands together. I want to illustrate that today we need to learn how to sustain. Make a circle. Yes. That is the unity that we want to illustrate today. We need a functioning agri-food system. Agri-food system. Agri-food system means agriculture. Agri. Food is food. We all know what food is. And a system. Now, this is a system made up of all food producers, all food transporters, all food, anybody engaged in food production, in food nutrition, all that, so that we have a sustained future. Because if you break this circle, there will be a gap. So today, we are going to celebrate by saying we want to break the barriers which have made these two hands to break. So here there is a barrier which has broken this system. So women, are we ready to close this gap? That's why we are here, getting skills, getting the knowledge, getting all the support that we can get from all corners, from all stakeholders. So can we join hands again? That should be our end goal today, that the agri-food system should be functioning and it should be intact for future to be sustained. And who can do this better? The majority of people in the world are women, and we support the agri-food system. In everywhere we go, there is a value chain. So if we get the concept of the value chain in our heads, that If I am doing fish like Madam here, she has a value chain. Everybody is important. Maybe there is an agrovet, somebody supplying food inputs, another one is supplying that, another one is doing this, another one is transporting the fish. So if that system doesn't break, Madam will ever be in business. And we shall ever celebrate that value chain because it is sustainable. So I want to say that, thank you very much. I want to call upon our Ugandan counterpart. Immaculate, where are you? Oh, Florence. Please come. And I want to say that Zambia is not with us today, not for bad reasons, but they were not able to join us. So I want to say the Embu Declaration, which is going to be our key thing today as the three countries, is going to maintain the agri-food system. And we want to have a bigger market because when we are many, we are better. We can bring what is possible to Uganda. Uganda can bring what is possible to Kenya, and Zambia, the same thing. That agri-food system, I don't need to produce fish or maize or anything else, and I miss market in Kenya. Because why should I not go to Uganda to sell the same? Why should I not go to Zambia to get the same market for my food? So we want to work together so that we have a bigger voice. That agri-food system is not an easy one. We have to have greater voices so that we strengthen that agri-food system. And together we are going to do it better. Here we have a small document which we may not read right now, but we want to say we'll present it to you, saying that we have an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding of the three countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Zambia, already signed by us, the heads, who are spearheading or making it work for our partners to appreciate it and support us. So in the afternoon, we shall present this paper also to DLV. And allow me now to say thank you very much to DLV for inviting Kenya. I'm here with my colleague Karen, courtesy of DLV. They have supported us. They have lifted us. They have given us accommodation, good food in Uganda, and we are happy that they found it possible to bring us here and back to Kenya. Also, we have our partner, BB Willis, from Germany, from Bavaria, who now connected with DLV to make us come here. So we are very thankful to BB Willis also, because they have been giving us capacity to be the women we are, the rural women farmers we are in Kenya. So thank you very much to Uganda for hosting us, and we shall be back many, many more times because we are now one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Winnie. I'm meeting Winnie for the second time. She was with us in Ginger, and we've had very good insights from Kenya. When we grow up, we want to be like you. We want to be like you, honestly, because you're exemplary. So, at this moment, we want to invite our panelists for today. Generally, today, we are celebrating women, also women, in the urban areas, but doing so much work for rural women. You get it? Because without them, without the policymakers, without the bankers, without the people in technology, it would be hard for us. Not so? So we want to invite Baheka from Ministry of Gender, Labor, and Social Development. And take your seat. Then we want to invite Lydia from Trias. Yes, Lydia is here. They're going to introduce themselves and you will know them. And make sure you know them more even after their discussion, okay? because they have good things. They really have very good things. Then we have Wendy from private sector, Foundation Uganda. And Gorete from Stanbic Bank. Yeah, when you talk about Stanbic Bank, you know. So I will not speak for them. Each of them is going to have at least a minute to introduce themselves. And don't forget to tell us where you come from. We know you're city women, but you come from rural women. Not so? Yeah. So we shall start with.
Thank you very much, the moderator. All protocol observed. My name is Doreen Bakeiha. I work with the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. You don't hear me? Okay. Once again, my name is Doreen Bakeiha. I hope you can hear me now. Okay. I work with the Ministry of Gender and Labor Social Development as a senior gender officer. I'm very, very glad to be here. They've asked me to mention where I come from. I come from a district in Western Uganda called Rukunjiri. It's a rural area. So I'm also a rural woman living in a city. I'm very glad to be here today.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear moderator of Protocol Observe. My name is Lydia Muchodo. I work with TRIAS, Uganda. TRIAS is a Belgian development organization, and we are very passionate about issues of inclusion, where women is a very target, is a key target for our interventions. We'll speak more around that, no problem. Yes, I live in Kampala, but I also have a home district. My home district is Kabarole. And my father is a farmer. My mother isn't, but I've stayed in the sector supporting, not necessarily on the land, but I am very passionate about issues around women and agriculture, and that is what I do on a daily basis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. I'll ride on the protocol observed by the previous speakers. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Goret Serunkuma. I work with Stanbic Bank. I particularly look after women, and under women, we look at the empowerment of all women at all levels, but we have a great focus of the women in agriculture. We have an agenda I don't know how it was picked to invite us, but we have an agenda that is going to be launched soon, and the agenda is looking at women, farmers, and the youth. And I believe that agenda speaks to you directly. So we should say that we are lucky, that probably we are even ahead of the launch, which is to come soon. And I welcome you all to come on board, because the bank is looking at supporting those particular categories of people who are critical in the development of our country. Women are so important, critical. The youth, they are the future of our generation. And the farmers, you know very well that the biggest percentage of the production in Uganda come from farmers. So leaving that alone, myself, I come from Michiana, that is Muduma, that's my home area. However, I'm also a farmer. So when you talk about farming, you're talking about something I know very, very well. The challenges you go through, I know very well. So, my dears, look at me as a sister, look at me as a colleague. We are here to share knowledge, we are here to learn, we are here to grow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Garrett.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wendy Joan Lalum. I'm happy to be here. This is the second time I'm here, having been with you the last year during the same session. I work with the Private Sector Foundation under the GROW project. And when we say GROW and we are here with women, we are speaking the same language. Where I come from the north. I come from Acholi. I'm a lady from the north. So when I saw my sisters right over there, I felt, yeah, I'm at home, yeah? And I would want us to relate even further. In the GROW project, I work as the business and trade specialist, and coming here to be with the rural women. I'm also a rural woman by nature because that is where I come from. And doing business with you is something that I'm really, really passionate about. When I looked at the program and I saw a part for exhibition, we are particularly interested in innovative products. What else can we do? As women, we always have ideas. But if we bring the ideas to table and we even have products to speak to that, that is a plus on our side. I could talk till cows come home. Thank you so much.
When do you forgot the district? So
I come from the north, Kitgum,
Kitgum
in
district.
particular. So I'm an Acholi and a lady of the soil.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much. I now I'm comfortable. I introduced myself, right? Okay. Maybe I can introduce myself again. I'm Annette Diana Nanono from Masaka, but born of Luwero. Yes, I am from Luwero district, but staying in Masaka. I'm a farmer, particularly a coffee farmer. Yes, I am a rural woman. Yeah. So we are going to start with Madam Baheka. Am I? Oh, Bakeha. Oh, wow. Bakeha. So, you're a woman from Rukonjili. I know whatever you're going to tell us, when you're seated in your office, what you're thinking about is actually Rukonjili, not so? How can I better the nation, but, making sure that I also think about my roots, my rural roots, so that the policies are made better, the policies favor the rural women, not only the rural women anyway, but rural farmers, the rural communities. So we want to hear from you. What exactly the policies that are in place that are making sure women here want to know that are the policies really favorable for us to operate in Uganda? Is there any improvement? Is there something new? Is there something that you would want to call upon the women to join you? We don't want to be called to demonstrate. We don't want to reach to that level of demonstration, of undressing and what. No, we want to know what can we do, how can you encourage us to advocate? Which areas should we really focus on as women, rural women? And also share with us the policies in place that are favoring us. You need to make it very close because the part the back are not. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Annette. First of all, before being a gender practitioner, I'm a woman. And you can see that I'm a born of Rukunjiri, which is a rural area. So I'm a rural woman. And as a rural woman, I'm also a farmer. I grow tea, coffee, and I'm generally a farmer. So I really understand the dynamics in the rural areas, in farming, and of course the challenges women go through. But now coming to the work, the office where I sit, I've already mentioned that I'm a gender officer, meaning that on a day-to-day basis, I'm thinking about the women, but also the men. What are those issues that pull back either the women or the men? And why I must mention the men is that the women will not do much if they do not have backing and support from the men. So we look at both categories and how they can move together in delivering development to our nation. In terms of the policy, the legal and policy framework, I'm here to assure the women that the government has been very intentional on making sure that the policy environment is very, very good for women to prosper. Women, fellow women, you'll agree with me that we've moved from very far to where we are now. You'll agree with me that about 20 years ago, you'd not have the rural women in this space. Am I right? Yes. So the fact that we are in this space is one of the clear evidences that we've moved from far. But how have we achieved this? We all know that Uganda, we have a very, very good law. Our mother constitution guarantees all of us, men and women, freedoms that we are, and liberties we are supposed to enjoy. But specifically for women, we are not supposed to be discriminated, and the Constitution respects our role of motherhood, but also acknowledges the history where women have been marginalized. So from the Mother Constitution, we've had several policies coming to be developed to actualize those provisions in the Constitution. We have our national gender policy, and that one is very, very specific. How do we make sure that the women are brought to the same level with men in terms of opportunities, in terms of development processes, so that they live a prosperous and enjoyable life? We want everyone to enjoy this life, not some categories to enjoy better than others. If you go beyond the national gender policy, we have other specific policies, but also to note that across different sectors, if you go to the Ministry of Water and Environment, if you go to the Ministry of Lands, if you go to the Uganda Police, in education, health, you'll find that all these have developed either gender policies, they've developed strategies, some of them have gender departments, gender units, to make sure that the concerns of women are addressed, but also make sure that their plans and budgets address for the gender disparities. Should I add, or I put a comma?
Later, put a comma. Thank you so much, Baheka. So you talked about something to do with men supporting women. I think we can discuss that later. If you have any questions, please, I'm going to request you to write. Rema? Oh yeah, there are some cards on the tables. Kindly write the question on the papers. We shall get some time at the end of the discussion so that they answer the question. So if you have any questions for her, write it down. So we are going to move on to Lydia. Trias is really doing a tremendous work. But we want to move forward. We want to pass that. You're going to tell us, share with us the challenges. You've been in this field for so many years, and I think you're still there. You're still supporting women. But there are some patent challenges that women are still going through, even with your support. So share with us how you're handling that. What is the new look of addressing these challenges? You can tell us a little of those challenges, and then you tell us the new look on how you're addressing them. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, moderator. Once again, my name is Lydia. I work for TRIAS. TRIAS is a Belgian development organization, very passionate about rural development, supporting entrepreneurs on farm and off farm. And my job at TRIAS is to manage our programs, a whole portfolio of programs that we implement, but against an organization-wide strategy which is on inclusion and global citizenship. And I will leave out other sectors just to be in alignment with the topic of today. Indeed, challenges to women are not new to us. We have lived them, we have seen them with our eyes in our different interactions. So I wouldn't really want to, to spend a lot of time on that. We all know. And they are very structural, and that's what our overarching policy really speaks into: the marginalization of women, the discrimination, and our constitution, as already mentioned, it really provides those protections. But the question is, in reality, how far have we gone in actually being able to realize those milestones in terms of fighting discrimination, fighting violence against women, protecting the rights of women, especially on productive assets like land, equal access to resources like financial resources. So those are the things that we are battling with to date. It's not that we haven't made progress, but they still stand in our communities today. So when we talk about the challenges of women, especially when it comes to the rural woman, we're really talking about structural challenges which have been built over time. The issues around land, productive assets, who has access, who has control. We still have issues around access to land, especially for women. And we all know that once we have issues around access to land or control over land, it also affects our investment on land, because then you don't have guarantees that what you're doing on it is something that you can control and have control on the proceeds out of that. We still have issues to do with representation in the different spaces that we all exist, be it in our organizations, be it in governance. Yes, we have made strides, but there are still challenges, because then the voice of a woman is still not as hard as it should be to make sure that the policies are in alignment with the needs and the aspirations of women. We have issues of domestic violence, we know, and they're linked to economic issues as well. And a lot of organizations, a lot of people are trying really to raise awareness, to do something around issues of domestic violence. And the list goes on and on. But we are not without help. We are not we're just not lamenting about these problems. We are doing something. And not one institution is capable of addressing everything. So as TRIAS, what we have mapped ourselves to do is really around economic empowerment of women. And we really, from the onset of our programs, we talk about inclusion, not just discussing it, but we really put resources towards inclusion of women in every intervention that we do. And that is our contribution. That is what I look out for. I am privileged to be, I don't want to say expert, but I am very passionate. From my education itself, my first degree was in gender and development. I've continued on that path. Everything that I've done over time, almost 20 years now. Don't ask me how old I am. Yeah, yeah, it has really been around gender perspectives. I've supported a number of organizations on policies around gender, worked around hard discussions, gotten into heated arguments on gender and how we really can promote the women agenda, but also making sure that we just don't make it a women thing, It's really about the relations of women and men in accessing resources, being able to realize their full potential. So what we do and what we are committed to is really to ensure that we drive economic empowerment of women, but also ensure that in the governance structures or spaces that exist in different formations in the communities, women are able to be part of that agenda. They are in the decision-making positions, but they are not just being there. We also empower them to ensure that they can have their voices heard. They're not just occupying space, but they have the skills, the confidence to be able to articulate their points and contribute, to or co-create the things that they want to do together and achieve together. So that is our take. Some of the things are really outside our domains because we can't do everything, but at least when it comes to economic empowerment, participation of women in leadership, in governance, that is where we have put our foot, and we are doing everything possible to ensure that women are able to participate in a very effective way in the economic activities of this country, and agriculture being one of them. But even those who are off the farm and they are in other trades, we also support them. And in that, we work with a number of organizations who also have the same vision like us, UNIFA being one of them.
Wow.
Today is not the time to talk about that for UNIFA. It's self-explanatory here, the work, their commitment into women empowerment. But those are the kinds of organizations we get behind to ensure that their agenda for women empowerment is supported. It is given time, expertise from our different departments in the organization, and so that together we can be able to put a mark to improving the conditions of women, especially in the economic space.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lydia. Thank you. You have questions for Lydia? Because I understand Trias is one of the very rare organizations that even give assets, right? Yes. Yeah, it is among the very rare organizations that are doing that. At least I'm a beneficiary. I was given a solar pump. Water solar pump. So, please make sure you talk. So, yes, we want to hear from Goretti, and you know, Goretti, what we want to hear from you for sure. We want money. We want money. So we are rural women. We have started so many things in our own capacities. You see, even at the exhibition, we don't want to just end there. We want to be able to export. We want better packaging. We want better partners, investors that are true. Investors that are not thieves. So we want affordable credit. So those are the things we want to hear. We want to hear, you briefly talked about what Stanbic has, but tell us in detail, what is that package that Stanbic has for women? In that today, if there is a woman here that needs credit, they can boldly go to the bank and introduce themselves and like, Goretti, Serunkuma told us this and this and this, and I'm coming in her name. She said this, and I have a right to get this, okay? So tell us how women can access finance. You can also give us some tips on how we can even be better, get more money. Thank you.
Thank you so much. When it comes to money, the story can never end. Yeah, the story can never end. And I know normally the questions are quite many, and I know all ears are alert to hear where is money, where can we find it. But I want to assure you that Stanbic Bank has money for women. The only thing that probably the question you should ask, how do we access it? And I'm going to break it down into that bit, because the money is there, but accessibility sometimes for some is not easy. But the reason why that accessibility sometimes is not easy is because I appreciate a number of organizations that have come through to empower women, to train women, to prepare them for that journey. However, we never break through. Very few breakthrough. Why? Something I have realized is we learn too much. We are eager to learn. We are eager to do, and we actually do. But there are some things that we do not practice. Women, in particular, rural women, we fear banks. And because we fear banks, we hold ourselves behind. You know, we always say it is for those people, the ones who work in the offices. But remember, things like money for women is for women in the rural areas. Women who are farmers, women who are actually doing the work. But we normally hold back, and sometimes we send our colleagues, in the offices in Kampala to go on our behalf, borrow money, and then they come and bring to us at a higher interest rate, which is not right. For me, my appeal here as we are, I want to empower you. And I want to inform you that the money we have in the bank is for any woman. But you need to know what must I do to access that money. As long as you are a natural woman, we have that money. My colleague here, Wendy, is here. We are one of the Grow Fund implementers. We have the money. We have given out the money to women. But our rural women are few. Yes, we have given some, but they are few. Reason is we normally fear. That is not us. That is for the bank. For us, we should be somewhere in those circles, nigging us, that's where we belong. Today, I want to empower you. Can we take a bold step and break that barrier? I know we are all here. We have a source of income. As long as you have that source of income and you're doing that business, you can open an account with a bank. You said that you want me to empower women so that they can come to the bank and say, Goretti said we can access money. That's what women do. From here, they come to the bank. You have grow money. We have come for grow money. They don't have an account. Yeah? But they want grow money. And we ask, can we just give you grow money in the hands? That is not what they tell us, PSFU. You must have a relationship with a bank. And how do you get the relationship with a bank? Open an account, start that journey. Let the bank understand you, understand what you do, understand your goals, understand your strategy, and be able to support you. But as long as you keep your money down there, under the bed, in our bras, and so on, then you come and say, you want to grow money, believe me, you will not get it. So we need to, first of all, break that barrier and be bold enough to go to the bank and open an account. To open an account in the bank for women, first of all you need is a national ID. And I believe all of us here have a national ID. And to open an account, you need only 20,000. With that 20,000, we give you an ATM card. And we give you a digital platform, FlexiPay, which you can even access on a USSD phone, USSD, for you to be able to access your account. We train you to go through all that. Why do we do that? We make it easier for you to bank, build a relationship so that we can use that to lend you money. Because if you don't have it, it becomes hard for us to understand what you're doing. But if you open an account, when you make sales, you deposit money. When you want to do purchases, for instance, farm inputs, you come and withdraw. We try to understand the cycle of your business activity. And through that cycle, we are able to lend you money. But if you don't do that, we shall not be able to understand clearly what you're doing. Remember, the money we are giving you is not a grant. The money is being lent to you, and we want to make sure that you have the capacity to pay back. And those are some of the things that you have to portray to us, because we know women don't have collateral. So our money is unsecured. But what is our security? Your transactability on our accounts. So if you don't have that, my dear women, we shall remain behind. Yeah? But also, if you look at the grow funds, people, to me, I feel like grow money is like free money. It is at 10% per annum. Some women don't even believe it when they see the interest they are paying. They cannot believe it. It doesn't have arrangement fees, only the 10%, which would be good for all of us. And when I look at you, Wendy, you can be my witness. These women qualify for GROW. You do qualify. But the issue is you have not really prepared yourself well. The money starts from 4 million. If you can get a 4 million, won't it really help your farm? 5 million, 10 million. It would really do, help you to grow your businesses. Yeah? Most of us when you look at our farm products, we want to add value to them. And that's what we want. We are here to support you, add value, so that you can be able to negotiate for better prices for your products. Yeah? So if you come to us and say, I grow pineapples, I want to see how I can preserve them so that I can be able to get higher prices. We have a very good reason to support you because you have a bigger picture. You want to move away from that traditional selling of a pineapple, but now you want to add value and make sure that your product can last longer or maybe can go to another level of market. We support women and connect them to our big corporate clients so that we build a value chain whereby your products do not go at lower prices. Sometimes when you are down there in the rural areas, you have grown, for instance, your coffee. You have nobody to buy the coffee. If a person comes and says 500 per kilo, you say, okay, mpa, so that I can take the kid back to what? To school. You do not know that you can even dry them and be able to get higher prices. You do not know that you can dry them, take it to a hauler, and get a better what? Price. All those things are possible. But when we connect you, when we bring you together, and we connect and we say, who are those women in coffee? You tell us. How can we connect you to a bigger coffee exporter so that you know that I supply directly to this person? This is what he wants. I'm going to do it. He'll give me a better price. We are already supporting you. And believe me, when you have such a relationship and you want support, credit support, it becomes easier for us because the person who is off-taking from you, we know him, and we can easily build that relationship.
Wow.
Now, when you go, if you do not do that, women, we know ourselves, we work so much in groups. And I believe that most of us here have groups, VSLAs, circles, cooperatives. We have a very good package for cooperatives. One, the account we open for cooperatives or any group, as long as it is registered, it is free, we don't charge it. You deposit money for free, you withdraw money for free, we train you for free, and we give you a digital platform for free. And when we are lending you money, we give you money up to 200 million unsecured.
Wow.
As long as you collect your savings, put them in the bank so that we understand your cycle and lend you money.
Already.
Yep.
I am sure you're going to speak up to...
That's what I told you, that when it comes to money, the story is never endless.
We don't want to stop. We also want to listen to you. For sure, I'm sure, ladies, you have so many questions. Kindly write them down. She will be able to answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, but I continue to urge you all, let us take this conversation further.
Please.
I'm here to support you, and I want to see that transformation.
Are you here up to 6:30?
I'll try to be here.
Please.
I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Gorete. So we want to hear from Wendy. Wendy is from Private Sector Foundation, Uganda. I want to know what is new. Because, what we hear, sometimes what we hear is too good to be true. Now, I want to hear from the horse's mouth today how women here have become business women. They have moved from that step of just being rural, just like the way Martha explained to us that how she was 2 years back is completely different from who she is now. So They are now business women. They are into private sector. And they want to know how the foundation can actually support their groups in a very realistic way. No sugarcoating, please.
Thank you so much. And first of all, allow me thank the organizers of this session, bringing rural women together, rural farmers together. Agriculture is the backbone of Uganda. It takes over 45% of the Uganda's economy. We must thank you, and we are very, very important people as farmers of this country. So, speaking after Stanbic, and I come from Private Sector Foundation, majorly under the GROW project. GROW is an acronym. It's a long, let's say, what it is in full is generating growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises. So I believe we are talking to the right audience when we are talking about GROW under the Private Sector Foundation. Private Sector Foundation brings together all players in the private sector and marries them with with the government, such that we are able to benefit from what the government does. That is how GROW comes in play. So when we look at GROW and the things that we are able to do for women, I feel like all of us in this room, we are beneficiaries. Not only the women, but only the men. When GROW was started, it was started in 2023. That is when it came to play. But from then, we've mainly heard about the GROW loan. But GROW is not only about the GROW loan. It has all other services that we are able to benefit from as women. And when we are looking at what is it we can do for women, here we are, women in business. What can we do? How can we transform our businesses? And GROW is here to make sure we move from the informal sector to the formal sector. Research shows that, yes, women in Uganda, we have the highest number in Eastern Central Africa. Women businesses, up to 44% of the women businesses are in Uganda, yeah? So here we are saying, how can we support women? Because most of these businesses, one, are not formal, then two, they do not even go to the first birthday. They die along the way. Like we said earlier, we have ideas. Then we bring them and we put them on the table. But how do we sustain these ideas? So we are here saying that we are able to work together. And through the rural women, how can we come together, have networks together? We are here to put platforms in every part of the country. Every district, the 135 districts, we would like to have platforms because women work together when they work better when they are in networks of different people. They are able to share ideas. They're able to do networking. They're able to do coaching, yeah, and borrow from each other. You're able to hold each one's hand because you cannot win alone. We cannot win alone. Trust me, even the ladies with the products back there behind, they did not sit and do them alone. Yeah, so we are here to make sure we support everyone, have women in platforms, that's one. Do essential business skills, such that when we are going to Stanbic Bank or any other participating financial institution, we are ready. We know what they want. Yeah? Sometimes we say women, like she said earlier, women fear banks, but we are here to support you. We know all these challenges that you have. Yeah? Some women who fear banks, how best can we support you? We are coming in with circles. We are coming in with MFIs. Not only do we work with Stanbic Bank, but we work with Centenary Bank, we work with Finance Trust, we work with Equity Bank, we work with Post Bank, which is now Pearl Bank, we work with DFCU. Yeah, but then there are still all these banks in place, circles are there. There are women still who are not able to get funds from the bank. Yeah? What are we doing? Because before you go to Stanbic, please, we can help you, support you, prepare you, make sure you have bankable documents, such that when you're walking into any of these institutions, your documents are bankable. Because you could have those products and you've not had any cash records. So when you go to the bank, even to ask for access to finance, they are not able to give you money because they'll ask you, where are your records? How have you been managing your cash? Or has it been when you get the money, you just eat it? Even if you eat it, we need to see a record of something that you sold this, these were your cash sales, and this is what you're able to keep. So that is the basis on which you're able to go into the bank and say, we want money. We're also coming in to support women to make sure their businesses are registered. Yeah? We looked at one thing saying that we want to make sure women move from informal to formal. With that, your businesses can be at export level, you're able to get tenders, you're able to go into supermarkets, and that increases our market. Thus increases your profit, and the rural woman will just be shining in her home. Yeah? So for now, I could say that as we continue. Thank you.
Wow, Wendy, thank you so much. I can proudly say I'm also a beneficiary of GROW. Yeah, I was able to, of course, not alone. You know, GROW, you don't do things alone. With my sisters, we're able to get a loan of 40 million, actually. Yeah, and we're able to put up something. And we have completed the payment. Yeah. So it is possible, ladies. It is very possible.
Can I just say something? I would like to share that so far, we started the GROW loan in August last year. We've made the year plus, and we want to say we've been able to disburse loans to 2,950 women in Uganda across all parts of this place. So she's one of the beneficiaries. We are coming back even with more money, different places, different circles, being able to help women who have no collateral. We are coming out to support them from what we have done so far and seen the challenges that have come through. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. So, time for questions now. I also have some questions, but my questions will come last. So, but if you feel you can actually articulate your question, if you speak, it's okay. Put up your hand. If you can put it better, if you've written it down, that is also fine. So, any question by hand? Or to stand big? Is it possible for a rural woman to get money without security? This is to Gorete.
Thank you. Yes, it's very possible. The money we lend to women is unsecured up to 200 million. The security we need from you is your transactability. Transactability is you make sales, come and bank. You want to purchase, come and withdraw. We want to see that cycle coming through very clearly. And that cycle should speak to your business. Allow me to give one example. We have a person who had applied for GROW. And that person actually, we were unable to give her the funds. Why? I just want to tell you that we look at these things really critically. When we observed her account, actually it had very good turnover, ins and outs, in and outs. And we're like, wow, yes, this lady qualifies. However, when she submitted her application, we realized that she has an NGO. And the funds that was moving from her account, personal account, was moving from her NGO to her account and from her account to NGO. Meaning that the money was not going to business, but was just within the NGO. So when you bring such, it is critically looked at. It must speak to your business. Where the funds is coming from NGO, we believe that You are picking money from the NGO to do NGO activities, but not business. So let us be very careful. We also have women who do agents banking. When you look at agents banking, you are actually banking money you have collected from customers of the bank. Then you bank it on your account. Then afterwards, you probably give it out. You come, you get float, all those things. When you look at your account, it is running well. But the money you are using is not yours and is not going to business, but simply supporting the bank, collect money, and then you lend out. Sometimes when we look at that also, and you don't have any other business activity that speaks to your account, we may not lend you or give you growth funds. But yes, we give unsecured money up to 200 million. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Goreti. I would like to supplement on that. I told you we are beneficiaries of GROW. We have a family business. We do it as family. And what they needed were our transactions. And we're in different banks. My sister is in DFCU, I'm in Centenary, and then my other sister is in Centenary. So all they needed was to see the relationship we have. How have we been depositing money? How have you been using, withdrawing it? How are your other incomes? But we did not have to put land titles. We had to submit our business plan of what we are going to do in the family land, because we want to do coffee on a larger scale and also engage into transportation. So it is possible. It is possible, but you only have to be organized. Okay? You only have to be organized. So any other question? Yes. You mentioned. So you mention your name briefly and then to who the question is addressed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pereth Nwahereza and I work for Uganda Women's Network. I'm standing here on behalf of so many other rural women, including myself. I just want to find out, there are people who have businesses and they operate using mobile money. Is there an option to look at people's mobile money transactions? Because banks are, like you've already mentioned, people fear banks, and mobile money is so easy to do transaction on the phone, on the mobile money. So do you have that option, or do you have that flexibility to look through mobile money transactions of that particular business person, since they may not have bank accounts? So the question goes to the one of Stanbic Bank and the one for GROW. They can answer the question.
So Wendy.
I want to add on her question. You see, we have challenges as rural women, and I'm speaking on behalf of those rural women who are not here today. You see, in our districts, we have only one bank in one town. In most Bugiri district, Bugiri. So we have banks at Bugiri municipality. And we don't have bank agents there in the rural areas where we come from. From like my place to Bugiri, I take like 5,000. But there are women who take like 20,000 to reach the bank. And yet in the rural areas there, they are busy doing agriculture work, like in fishing, and they earn daily. Like people who are working on the lakes there, fishing, and also doing agro-business in rice farming. So the problem is, maybe you banks, you are telling us we should bank. But moving to the bank and coming back, it is very expensive. And also other issues on mobile banking, that we don't have those agents closer to us. Actually, mobile money is better. So on that issue, I don't know how you are going to do it, because you want the bank statements for women without collateral. Yet women still don't have anything they can use. In fact, in rural areas there, they always ask me, can we use our gomeses for Kwanjula, since it is 200,000 plus. Eh? So I really wanted to know more about how can we do, especially because we are speaking like it is easy, but it's not easy because of the condition of our country and also in the places where we come from. Now, like in Muterere, I have a group in Muterere. They are really doing well in agro-business. They do cassava. They sell raw cassava to Kenyans. I don't know, maybe they make medicine from it. And they're earning really well. But now, if you look from that place to the bank, it takes 30,000 on a border. So now, imagine those people don't bank. They sell, have their money in the bag. They go with it at home. They buy and sell. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And all the other questions are relating to that. Yeah, because the other question is about how can any group of VSLA benefit from GROW project? So long as the group is registered, how do they do the selection of that group in order to benefit? Then the other one is to Wendy. Yeah, I moved to Post Bank for a GROW loan, and I was asked for a land title. Unfortunately, I didn't have. How does Stanbic Bank, I think it's for both, how does Stanbic Bank assist young women without land? Then, this one I don't know who it will go to. How do unemployed men align with employed men? I've not understood that question. Maybe this will go to gender. I think this is also related. Can office women be good family ladies? Can they easily be married? How can you balance office and family? Give us tips. This is also to gender. So we shall start with gender. Oh, sorry, there's another question? A supplement?
Of them to actually benefit from whatever they're supposed to benefit from each of these institutions, because financial strength of a woman, it's not only in a particular sector, but collectively, if we work together, how are some of these policies and the Ministry of Gender, how is it related? Then three has also come in, the strength of making women inclusively participating in any program or in any activity would also bring that woman on board. And then Stan becomes with that aspect of financial literacy. What is it entailed in this? Then, and the aspect of the private sector foundation, business aspect. This is how we, the rural women, we are supposed to handle our businesses. Collectively, all our efforts, objectives, the goals of why we are all talking about these rural women will be felt. Thank you.
So we are running out of time. Don't worry, we have also the afternoon session. 1 minute? Is it okay? Okay.
How do unemployed men align with employed men? Is it right? Align with unemployed men, align with employed women? Oh. Please, the one who raised the question, is it?
How do empowered women align with unempowered women?
Okay. 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 Thank you for that question. And that question, I think, will also capture the second question, which was saying that can empowered women make families, women in offices make families. I think I heard the question kind of saying that. First of all, how do empowered women align with unempowered men? This is a very, very broad question because we have to understand what this empowerment is. Are we saying that when a woman has money in her pocket, she antagonizes the man? Okay. That's why I'm saying it's a very broad question for discussion. I think we need to understand this empowerment, but also understand the dynamics of saying that an empowered woman is problematic. And I think that brings the question of saying, can she even manage to well being married and being a good mother and wife? So what I can generally say, that discussion can take us a whole day. We just need to, men and women need to understand that this empowerment is for the good of us all. If you look at the situation in which we are prevailing, the economy is bad. If you must educate your children, you must live comfortably. Then we need both the woman and the man to earn and bring food to the table, support education and development of the home, and contribute to the nation. So for me, probably it is something we need to educate both women, the empowered women, that the empowerment does not take away your motherhood, your being a wife, and being a good person that you're supposed to be, but is supposed to supplement income and your personal and family development and contribute to the nation. But also educate the men that they should not be scared by this empowered woman. Because we've had some cases of violence. Someone says, I really worked up country. I worked in a district of Kanungu, and I handled so many cases. Some I cannot even quote them. But you'd clearly see that we still have deep-rooted norms which are discriminatory, which perpetuate violence, and those are the same norms which will make a man feel endangered when the woman gets empowered. They will feel that I'm losing my place as a man. Yes, they will feel that she will no longer beg me because she's empowered, and that will make me less of a man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like she said, we can take a whole day discussing empowered women versus unempowered men. But I think one thing that we have always been told over and over again is being humble. The more you get as a woman, the more empowered you get as a woman, the more you should actually get humble. More and more humble. That is the only solution, because men like being men and men. So I remember in one of the workshops we were advised, if you're a woman and you're earning a salary of 6 zeros and your husband is earning a salary of 5 zeros, make sure you give him 80% of your money. And then you make the budget. You give him the 80%, but make sure that you manage. So you make the budget and he gives you. He's the one to give you. So it has solved problems in so many families. I'm sure some of you can testify. And I think it's working. So that is a tip. So Wendy, I think you have some questions. Oh, yes, go right first.
If I remember very well, the question was about mobile money banking transactions to be considered for lending. My dear sister who was talking on behalf of those rural women, first of all, I need to also understand that in some very remote areas, our banking services are not really there. But what are we doing? When I meet a person like you, when we have the conversations and take them far, we normally work together with you and we identify an agent we can bring in your area to support and bring the bank services closer to you. But going back to mobile money transactions, I'm very much aware that we are so used to mobile money that even a person telling you that go to the ATM which is next to you, you feel that like it is a distraction because, you know, with mobile money, it is a click on the phone. I normally talk to women when we are training them. Most of us, when we are doing those transactions, we don't care the charges that we incur in those mobile money charges. You find that the profits you are making in your business are actually eaten up by mobile money. Simply because you don't sit down to calculate. I one time actually challenged a lady and I said that when you are withdrawing 500,000, how much is the charge? The lady told me 10,000. Then I said, really, if you can incur that money, which could be the profit margin on your product, isn't there a better way of, transacting than doing that? But leaving that one we can have a discussion together and then I take you through. We do consider mobile money transactions, but selectively. I want to say selectively, why? Because the moment you open an account, we believe that you have moved from one level to another, a step up. When you do a step up, we expect you to reduce your mobile money transactions and start doing bank transactions. Because ideally, the transactions you're doing on mobile money can be done on the account. I've told you that we have gone digital. We have a digital platform, FlexiPay, which is actually a mobile money for Stanbic Bank. That mobile money, you can send money to your colleague, you can receive money, you can pay water, you can pay TV, you can even borrow, because when you use it well, it pre-scores you and you can even borrow some money. We have gone to that level. And when I get closer to you and your groups, normally what we do is, how do we give you a cheaper digital platform that is going to support your transactions and which will easily be recognized for the bank to be used to assess your credit worthiness and be able to lend you. So I request that we shall have this conversation, take it further, and then see how we can support you. But yes, we can do, but like I said, selectively. In Ibujiri, I remember like we had a project for women, fish women in Ibujiri. Yeah, meaning that you are not very far. But what we need to do is see how can we support you more. I'm happy to work with you. I saw the chair who talked about all of us working together to support rural women. This is something that is workable. It's a matter of understanding your challenges and we see how we can solve the challenges and bring the services closer to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Goretti. Thank you. So Wendy, the very last one, and we move on to the next.
Okay. The question that came through was, you said 10%, but you didn't explain to us about the period. For example, how long am I supposed to use that? Is it 1 year or 2 years or what? Okay, thank you for that question. That's a very good one. And we left it hanging. The interest rate is 10% for a period of maximum 2 years. Our project ends in 2027, December. So now as we continue and as we are planning, we should know that we are ending the project in 2027. So the period that is remaining is what we will use, yeah? Such that we are able to utilize this money. So another thing that I really needed to bring forward is that about the growth funds is unique in two ways. One, the interest rate. Two, there is no arrangement fee. Sometimes we ask for money, and then if you ask for 10 million, you get 9.4, 9.5. Some has gone into arrangement fees. Another one is, I don't know which fees, but as if you ask for 10 million, you get the 10 million on the account. The third one, which is very, very unique, and it is only for GROW across all the banks, is that once you ask for, let's say you've gone to the bank, borrowed your 10 million for a year, and you're paying well, because we want to encourage women to pay well, there is a bonus, there is an incentive. It's a 5% incentive that is credited to your account, your loan account. Let's say you borrow money for a year, 10 million. And then you pay your loan, you're supposed to pay every 12th of the month. And every 12th of the month, the bank is able to get the money for the loan. So 6 months down the road, that is half the period of your loan, the bank will credit your loan account with 5% of the money that you borrowed, which is 500,000, yes? So we want to encourage women, because paying back a loan and paying in a timely manner will help you get even more money. So this is an incentive to make sure women are able to borrow and able to grow their businesses. But however, I know we have many other questions. I'll be sharing my number such that if any case of anything, you're able to call me, and then we are able to discuss. My number is 772 620 555.
Again?
772 620 555. We would like to make sure all the women in this room benefit from the GROW project. My name is Wendy Joan Lalum.
Okay.
The
So
one
Goret is
from
also going to
Kitgum.
share. Thank you so much. Goret is also going to share her number.
Let me
Listen.
share my number as well. My name is Goret Serunkuma, Stanbic Bank. Number is 0772 0772 670896. 772 670896. For every woman here, if you know you have a group, I would request that at least let us talk. Give me your group name, give me your contact so that we can link up after here. Thank you.
Thank you. Lydia, please. Can you share your contact? Is it okay?
Mine is 0783 87 85 45.
Again?
Thank you.
Louder.
0783 87 85 45. Thank you. Lydia Muchodo.
Where is the office?
Our office is in Muyenga, off Kiwafu Road, on Kagwalugwana Close in Muyenga.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to remind you, a recap of the work she does, she works with groups, with organizations.
Yeah.
So when your group is linked to an organization, it will be easy for trials to support you. They will not support you as an individual. So you know the organizations. UNIFA is one of the organizations. UNFE is one. Lydia, maybe you can mention some other organizations.
Quickly, we are in 3 regions, West Nile, Bunyoro, and the Rwenzori region. In Bunyoro, we support MADFA SACCO, those who know MADFA SACCO, and MADFA, is a farmers organization at the district level. In Hoima, we support HODFA and HOFOCAM. It's a microfinance and also a farmers organization. In West Nile, we support Zombo District Farmers Association, that is the DFA, together with Nyaravur SACCO. And in Rwenzori, we support 4 cooperatives. One is a dairy cooperative, Toro Dairy, and then a coffee cooperative, Capco, again in Kabarole, and then in Bundubujo, 2 unions which are into cocoa. One is Semuliki and Wamba Cooperative Union. Yeah, and then here in the central, the national level organizations, we have UNIFA. We have a partnership focusing on youth in agribusiness. We also support UZIA, which is a body for small-scale entrepreneurs, industrialists, as well as Tunado, which is an apex body for the apiary value chain called Tunado. Yeah. Yes, please? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, Bakay, Okay.
It's difficult. Yeah, my number is 0783 670 859. Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Thank you.
Wow. What can we do to thank these ladies? We are going to give them a factorial 10. You know what a factorial 10 is? 10, 9, 8. We keep on decreasing, okay? So, and I think we need to stand up and thank them. So we begin with 10, then we decrease to 9, 8, until 1. And of course, after the 1, we shall just throw flowers to them. So we can start. 1, 2, 3, go. 3, okay. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, go, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wow. These special ladies, they are doing ordinary things, but in a very extraordinary way. Thank you so much. So, and they are here up to 6:30. Yeah, they are here up to 6:30. So, you have them. So, at this moment, would like to welcome people with very big hearts. Very, very big hearts. You know, when they tell you that someone has a good heart, maybe I will ask medias. When someone says you have a good heart, where is that heart? Point on your body. I don't know. You come and show us. So when someone says medias has a very good heart, where is that heart? So it is everywhere.
Actions, in my generosity. Yeah, I think that's what a good heart is all about.
So I'm going to introduce to you people with very big hearts. They are people who have gone an extra mile to make sure that the timid women, the women who were behind, who are always behind at the back, get out and stand for themselves. They speak for themselves. I told you my experience. Right now, I speak boldly. I have my own company. I actually have products down there on the exhibition table. I make organic fungicides. It is a registered company. It is a fungicide that is working for farmers. And it is not easy, but because of the advocacy that I've been in, the spaces that I have been in, I've been able to do it. I've been able to write my own proposals and get money. In the beginning, it is some who used to help us apply here, do this, you know. I know some of you have been supported by some with the UNIFA staff to do some of these things. You don't even know how to write an application. You don't even know how to write a title of a project proposal, but now you're steps ahead. So far, I have written 3 proposals that I've won, and I've won money. So, and I cannot take it for granted. I'm trying to tell you the people behind it. People who have helped me be exposed, get these skills, be bold, and have the art of team building. Because if you're to build a company and you don't have that art of conflict resolution, how to keep a team together, your company will not even celebrate the first birthday. Yeah, so I would really, really, really want to thank the German Association of Rural Women for the work they are really doing in us. And even if the project is ending today, it is actually just starting, because we have empowered so many other women out there in our communities. And it will never stop. Once you empower a woman, you don't know how many people you've empowered. So because the skills I have are different from what Medias has. I might give her one skill and Fashi multiplies it. in a way that I couldn't do. So this is the work that we are doing, and this is the work that they are really doing. So I would like to invite them to introduce them to you in a better way. And then we shall go on to the exhibition tables.
Thank you so much. Yeah, there is no better way of introducing them than only to say, herzlich willkommen. Yes, thank you so much for coming. And in our midst, we have the president of the German Association of Rural Women, Ms. Beth Kamper. Thank you. And then we also have the one who does my job, the CEO for the Association of Rural Women, Daniela. Yes. Yes, and also the board member is also here. So she has just come. But we also have one who has been training you, the ladies. Steffi at the back. Yeah? Do you know her? Yes, so thank you so much for being here. But Steffi is here in Uganda. Yes, so she's now Ugandan, not German and all that, yeah? And we have been privileged that most of the trainers that have been training the ladies are more in Uganda than in Germany. So this helps us to even localize the situations that we have. So we want to thank you so much. And once again, we want to thank you for supporting the women here in Uganda. Madam President, we also have another president here. One for the young farmers, Vincent, next to you. So I think you have met before. But also the president for the National Farmers Federation, who is also with you already here. And then we also have our board member for the young farmers here. Yeah, I think she has been with you already in Germany on other occasions. So we want to thank you for coming. I know that you intended to come at this time. So ladies, you are lucky. They are coming at a time when we are going to exhibit. And once we are going to exhibit, you know they are going to take some of our products. Yeah? They are looking towards that, but also they want to see what we have been doing, especially those who have been in the transfer ideas and the different products. So on my behalf as UNIFA, first and foremost, we want to thank, I will once again thank the panelists that were here for doing us a good job and for answering some questions. Some questions were very difficult. Can empowered women marry unempowered men? Hey, why isn't it the other way around? The other way around is very easy. Empowered men, we can easily marry unempowered women. And that is a problem. Not so, but it's a question that was very good. And the only challenge is that the one who answered it said it is very broad and will require a full day. I wanted a very specific answer. Maybe that question was mine. It was not mine, it was for the ladies. But thank you so much. In your absence, we had panelists that you found. One is from the Ministry of Gender. So the one that is most especially why we are marking this day and why we are having affirmative action. We had one from Stanbic Bank. Yes, so she was talking so much about how financial inclusion and access and all that. Then we had one of our development partners. I think we talked about them yesterday. Trias, the Belgian agents, Lydia, who is at the back there. She's so much passionate about inclusion and affirmative action. And I face a lot of challenges whenever she asks that question because she's very passionate about it and is doing it, especially in empowering the women there. And then we also had, this time you didn't have it, you didn't face it. I wanted it like it was in golf course, eh? Yes, grow, Wendy. Yes, so she's one of, in the private sector foundation, Wendy. And she's been on projects that are supporting women, especially in access to finance, and especially in their groupings and how they can access government funds. I think it was one of your questions yesterday, and she was there to answer that so much. Yes, because for her, it's her role to see that rural women access this government fund through through enterprises. And for them, it is profit. So it's accessing fund, but it's more profit and seeing how women can grow through Stanbic. Yes. But they also implement government programs, just grow through them. SCF, we also have agricultural credit facility, and they are doing it. So we want to thank the panelists for that. Also, what you missed was our strong partners, the partners of BBFAO, the women in Bavaria, the partners in Kenya, WOFAC. The president was also here, also to address us. So she's around, and also to see that she shares how they're doing it also in Kenya. And lastly, you didn't miss much, because I always talk. So you missed my speech, but you have heard it now. Thank you so much. I bring it back to the moderator to take us to the next session. Remember, we are bound to sum up this. But as we are summing it up, we are going to eat. Then after eating, we are going to drink. After drinking, we are going to talk. Then after that, we are going to have a cocktail. Okay? So it's going to be a very good day. And we are all going to sleep here. Yeah? Yes, but we shall have vans to take us back where we came from. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, then. So at this juncture, we are going to move at the back. Our exhibitors are going to, I'm sure they are already there. Are they there? Please, 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 please. Take your position. Take your position. Would you want them to first introduce their items here? No? Okay. So take position, and please, ladies for ladies, women for women, girls for girls, we need to support each other. If we are to win, we need to support each other. Make sure you go with at least one item of each thing down there. So we have 30 minutes for the exhibition, and then after the 30 minutes, we shall get in for lunch, and then we shall get back to the next, for the second event. Okay? We need to keep time, and I would like to invite our guests to kindly, I'm going to request you to follow me. Yeah, we are going to use this other route.
Thank you. So you have a dehumidifier, like you have a dry.
Are you an association from Oh my God. Where did you get it You grow them already, and then you're just thinking of adding values to it. Yeah. What did you come you live in your state, or you just live Do you add any sugar to it, or it's just how about mango? Okay, yeah. Okay. And then you need to have a packing machine as well. Then you also have a packing And so how much do you sell those? How much are they? They're very competitive. You can move, guys.
I need your attention. So we have coupons for lunch. Lunch is starting at midday. It is just downstairs. You know, when you look down there, that's where you will go. So, but you need a coupon. You need a coupon